Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern, Ned Reynolds, back to work. It's Monday, a crazy race over the weekend. Couldn't ask for better drama, if you ask me. And this, the fact that horse was able to come back from behind and win. But we had a local touch on the scene, and that was the horse Renegade, who got second place. They still get a pretty good paycheck, though, don't they?
They do pretty well out of this. The whole purse for the race is $5 million for the Kentucky Derby. But you're right about it being an exciting race. You might remember that all the experts at the very start said this is a wide-open race. Renegade's the favorite, and Commandment and Much Ado and things like that, they were all supposedly tendered. Much Ado was scratched right before the race. But be that as it may, it was wide open, and wide open was Golden Tempo, not only the back of the pack, last place as they rounded the far turn. This can't be. But the jockey, Jose Ortiz, gave his, I don't know what he did, he thumped it on the rump a couple times, but whatever. That horse took off, Golden Tempo, and roared through the pack and came up and caught, and this is really amazing, caught the leaders and won the race and beat his brother, Irod Ortiz, who was riding on Renegade. So, and you might remember at the end of the race when Jose Ortiz stood up in the stirrups, as they always do, his brother came over and gave him a big handshake and all that sort of things. It was a great race, really great race. So, in terms of the payment, if Golden Tempo was at 23-1 odds on that one. So that horse paid $48.24 to win. That's a pretty nice little win.
Yes, sir.
It was $11.90 to show. $19.14 to place and $11.90 to show, and Renegade was $7.14 for a ticket to finish in second place, Renegade being the favorite, and it was a huge $5.46 to show. All right, but the purse itself, the Renegade wins $1 million, and that's pretty good. Nice little $1 million paycheck to go down to Churchill Downs and run. And as far as the winner, Golden Tempo, $3,100,000, and the rest of the purse is divided among all the other 17 horses involved in this. It was a very exciting race, and I hope the next one is just as good.
Yeah, and that's coming up when?
That'll be in 2 weeks.
Yes, that's
not
what I
this
thought.
coming weekend,
Yep.
but next weekend, May the 16th, and it is the Preakness. That's the run for the Black-Eyed Susans, and there is a major change in the Preakness this year. It's the 151st running of the Preakness. It's the second jewel in the Triple Crown. Traditionally, it's run at Pimlico in Baltimore, which is a huge racetrack, 100,000 people and so forth and so on. But Pimlico is closed for refurbishing purposes for this year. So the Preakness is being moved to Laurel, Maryland. Laurel race, of course. The race has to be run in Maryland. It's a Maryland sanctioned event. So it's run there. Laurel Park is the same course, of course. It'll be 1 mile and 3/16, but the stadium is much, much smaller than Pimlico. And I think they're going to cap the crowd at 5,000, I think, is probably all who'll be able to show up. But it'll be on TV, of course. But that's in 2 weeks, May the 16th, the Preakness Stakes, and all the big shots will be entered in this one.
Yes,
this is
sir.
really kind of an interesting Triple Crown, too, Mike, because 2 of the 3 races are held in parks other than where they are. Kentucky Derby, Churchill Downs, Preakness at, as we mentioned, Laurel, and the Belmont Stakes for the 3rd straight year is being run at Saratoga up in upstate New York, while Belmont Park in New York is undergoing refurbishing.
Yeah.
It's time to refurbish.
Let's put some more money back into it. So I know you were heavily involved in the MSH SAA during your tenure over at KY3, but now things might be a little bit different for that organization.
In a sense, yes. In a way, it is. There's a bill on the governor's desk, Governor Mike Keogh, and he got that bill on Friday. Hopefully, he will sign it today. Now, the new bill is very interesting because it creates an appeals committee, which is what everybody wanted. There were several complaints athletically this year, and there have been over the years. Well, how do you assess the complaints? What do you do? Who makes the judgment? Well, in the past, it's been MSHA. Well, MSHA is now going to have a board. It's a board that is being appointed by the governor to hear and adjudicate any of the athletic complaints that are coming about. But the bill to create that board will be signed today, and that board will go into effect right away. So for the next coming seasons, if there are any complaints, hopefully there won't be any, but when you have that number of schools that we have in Missouri and all of them playing against each other, you're going to be some. So that's going to be falling into place probably in the next 24 hours.
Yesterday, both the Cardinals and Royals going for a sweep against their opponent. Both of them almost got it, but only one did, and that was the Royals.
And the Cardinals would have swept the world champions,
Dodgers,
too.
man. Yeah, hell yeah.
And it was a 6-game winning streak that the Cardinals had. Well, it did come to an end. You're not going to win them all. And the Cardinals did fall to the Dodgers 4-1. But, hey, this is a long, long season, folks, and a lot can happen. The Cardinals are 6 games over 500 right now, and that's playing far better from what many thought they would. Still, it is a very young season. Milwaukee Brewers come in to play the Cardinals tonight. The Royals got great pitching from Chris Bubich, and they being Kansas City, sweep the Seattle Mariners one yesterday, 4-1. That's very good. Kansas City's coming on now. They're beginning to play much better baseball, and they do host the Cleveland Guardians coming up starting tonight up in Kansas City. Springfield Cardinals, they got for them a very rare win. They defeated Northwest Arkansas yesterday 7-6. Springfield had won. It started off with 4 straight wins to start the season, and since then, back in early April, they won 3 games. That was it until yesterday. They did win number 4, so they're now 8 wins, 18 losses on the year, and Springfield comes home to play the Corpus Christi Hooks starting tomorrow night, and then Wednesday's game is a day game at Hammons Field. Hopefully the weather will hold for that. So see what happens. Should be very interesting.
Missouri State had a very tough opponent over the weekend and unfortunately couldn't do it.
Well, it's very clear that Jacksonville State out of Alabama is the best team in Conference USA, and they showed that here at Hammons Field. Now, the Bears did win. They won a game on Friday night and won it 10-2. But then Jacksonville State came back and won Saturday and won yesterday 11-4. Clearly a very, very good team. So does that mean the end of the season for the Bears? Heavens no. They've got a long way still to go. They have 7 games remaining on the schedule before their conference tournament, which is coming up in 2 weeks in Kennesaw, Georgia. And Kennesaw State is one of the teams the Bears still have to play. They'll close the season down there in Georgia and then stay there for the tournament. So it's an interesting set of circumstances for the Bears. They've got to get their pitching. It did come on Friday night, played well, and it's did the hitting. But then again, you're playing all the other teams. I still think the Bears have a pretty good chance of getting into the NCAA tournament. I hope they do. We'll find out. Now, Drury has ended their regular season. They did it by splitting, I should say, with Southwest Baptist, and now open up their conference tournament on Wednesday, and Drury will play Rockhurst, and they'll play them over in Marion, Illinois, and that's a double elimination competition.
And they were racing down in Texas yesterday. Pretty good one, too.
This is the Texas Motor Speedway at Fort Worth, and it was a great race, and it was Chase Elliott who got the win. He had a great duel going on with Denny Hamlin, and Elliott was able to nudge past Hamlin down the stretch and get the win. So Chase Elliott gets the win at the Texas Motor Speedway. That was a big, big-time win for him.
Ned, have a big-time Monday, and I'll see you tomorrow.